Welcome back, everyone. Boy, oh boy, we got some crazy things to wake up to today. So first of all, the People's Bank of China now says that all crypto transactions are just illegal and that financial institutions aren't allowed to offer any kind of services related to cryptocurrency. This is, of course, after the crackdown on Bitcoin mining or just crypto mining in general. This is something that has now led Bitcoin and Ethereum to fall somewhere around 9 to 10%. Pretty quick little oops. That was at least initially when the news came out. We'll look at the charts in just a moment. That is. And with Evergrande, it's still totally uncertain as to whether or not they actually made their payment. Ethereum's down further now. It's actually down 11%. But anyway, they were supposed to make their payment due yesterday. They mentioned, or we knew by Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, that there was some sort of agreement. No proof of the details of this agreement, but some sort of agreement that they were going to make their payment that was due on Thursday. They missed 2 payments on Monday. They were supposed to make their payment due on Thursday. Yet the 3 bondholders who were supposed to receive money so far have stated that they've received no money. At the same time, the People's Bank of China is pumping more liquidity into the banking sector. This is not a direct bailout to Evergrande, but it is a sort of a response to what could potentially end up becoming a liquidity crisis in the event of defaults. Remember, anytime there are uncertainties in the market, it's very common for the federal, like the Federal Reserve or central banks, to want to make sure that companies and other banks are willing to still lend and provide and extend credit to make sure the economy keeps moving, right? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at how some of this madness is manifesting on the sticks. All right, first, take a look at our covers here. Here we go. Take a look at this. Dow futures down about 0.5%. S&P down slightly more than 0.5%. Nasdaq futures down 0.79, and the 10-year up to 1.425. A little bit of a sharp move up here, a bit delayed from when Jerome. Wow, that's annoying. When Jerome Powell actually discussed a taper time frame, we were expecting to see some kind of move to the upside a little bit earlier, but a little bit of a delayed taper tantrum so far. But that's a good little move up there. So let's go ahead and look at individual stocks to see where are those discounts all of a sudden. And the timing's crazy, but I closed an option that I had on HUD 8 just yesterday. Sometime yesterday, was it? I think it was yesterday around like 10, 11. I don't know. HUD 8 was surging a little bit, and I'm like, this works for me. And I just don't like holding call options too long. And now it's down 8%. Now, it makes sense that it's down 8% because crypto's down substantially. So it's not something that I don't expect to recover. But yeah, look at this. Bitcoin is down 7.16%. This is the minute chart here. So let's just go to the hour here and look at kind of how the hour chart looks. Straight sort of down here, right? Go to 5 minutes here. Yeah, you could really see that pain manifest somewhere around 1:40 a.m. California time is when this sort of news looks like it probably broke. Wasn't until about 2 that you really started seeing the slide. By 2:35, the initial sell-off was over. And by 4:20 this morning, about an hour and a half ago, the secondary sell-off was over. So Bitcoin now down to 41,100. ADA back to about 215 here. So creating a nice dip opportunity in crypto. It'll be interesting to see if we end up getting hold on a second. To see if we end up getting or how much further this ends up dipping. See how much we can end up buying a dip. Let's listen in. And specifically when institutions come to work, which should be Nowish. All right, let's listen in here.
Property sector at large, as well as at Evergrande. Evergrande has now lost a shareholder. A Chinese estate says that they're not going to have a stake in the company any longer. Also, in some Chinese media reports, there were reports that land auctions have gone unsold in Hangzhou, which is the base of Alibaba, and also seen for a long time as one of the best cities to buy real estate. And then a local office of the developer, Sunac, is appealing for policy assistance. So we're starting to see, Jim, some of these signs of stress, probably one of the reasons why we had the central bank once again injecting liquidity into the banking system to try to stabilize concerns in the markets as well as for the economy.
As always, you should the single source of truth about China. And I do think that they are basically saying, listen, we have an FDIC for the individuals, but there's no FDIC for the wealthy. But the one thing I wanted to point out, under the item called Wag the Dog, my friend John Ellis, news items by John Ellis, did point out that yesterday China sent two Air Force incursions close to Taiwan. And this was the largest number of Chinese planes to enter since June.
All right, I'm going to pull off the military tensions discussion here, Jim. All right, so let's see what we got here. So, okay, here. Naked, Domino's. These guys are actually going up. Naked up about 7.2%. TMC Metals, Cheesecake, Canoe, Dave & Buster's. So you still have some green surviving. Just a little bit more than a page of green here, which includes Dave & Buster's breaking 40. Affirm sitting at 128.45, up about 1%. Gosh, you'd love on a day like this something like some nice coupons on Affirm. My goodness, I've been trying to build out a position on this thing. 11.24% was yesterday's up, 1.1% here in the pre-market. Well, I've got a really good position on it, so I guess what am I complaining about? But whatever. So that's like the bet. You should be really happy about that. It's like the stock that you decide to go heavy on goes up. Like that's a nice thing. But I don't know. I always get sad, so I want to buy more. But then I get sad if they get stuck and they don't go up. So. I don't know. It's psychology. All right. So anyway, we've got mostly crypto miners down the most right now. You do have some falls here, like unrelated or apparently unrelated, 3.74% Cloudflare, 3.26 Redfin. Matterport finally starting to trend down again. Good. That's what I want. I would love to go shopping for Matterport. Roku, 2.56. Let's see, to the downside here. Robinhood's down 2.26. Square down 1.9. Palantir 228.25. SoFi back under 17. Smile Direct's under 6. Neo 1.75 to the downside here. I mean, not particularly massive dips here. You got 1.29% on Win. Do you have a call on Win? So the China stuff better blow over soon. Tesla's even down 1.45% here. Etsy's down about 1% as well. There are lots of 1%ers here. Apple 0.86%, Peloton 0.76%, Boston Beer 0.7%. All right, it's a little nominal movements here. All right, whatever. Let's go ahead and grab up, get some news up here, and let's see what we can glean from the world. All right, let's see here. Yeah, it seems like China's always got a. I wonder if the whole like crypto thing is just China's way of like, let's get the news off Evergrande. Yeah. All right, look at that. Mr. Opinion, Mr. Market offers a second bite at value stocks. Mr. Market, such a reference to, China banning crypto each week. Yeah, no kidding. All right, let's see here. They look compelling, cheap, thanks to COVID. The opportunity may not last long. All right, let's see. Investing in opportunism. As much as it is about hard work, discipline, and patience, it's the founding creed of value investing. But is it just about possible that Mr. Market is giving us a second chance to buy into value stocks at cheap valuations? Let's see here. All right, let's see. Losing to momentum, value at a terrible run, rallied for a while, then relapsed. Why should we believe it's a good time to buy? Look at valuation. By definition, value will always look cheap relative to growth. The point is to look at how much cheaper value is and how this compares to history. That calculation is shown in the blue line going back almost 6 decades. That's right here. The comparison between growth and value. Going back. Well, this only shows it going back to 2015, so I don't know about the 6 decades part. Oh, here. This blue line. Yeah. Okay, well, this is just a shorter chart. Got it. Oh, look at that. COVID, global financial crisis. All right. So what's some tickers they recommend? The deeper the discount at which you can buy value stocks, the greater the opportunity to profit as they return to normal. Well, yeah, I mean, greater the discount, the more profit you make generally in anything. Like the 40% off coupon code link down below that expires today and the price goes up for. Check that out. Before the price goes up, link down below for all the programs on building your wealth. You know, the bigger the discount, the more the price goes up. This is particularly true when the crisis had itself been driven by the bubble or misvaluation, as was true of the bursting of the dot-com bubble or the Nifty 50 stock. 3 decades. Okay. So invest when things are particularly bad, and the virtue of buying cheap gets all the stronger. This may not help you timing exactly right. It's always possible that value stocks can do worse for a while, but it does mean on a medium-term basis you should do well. Valuation matters, of course. Okay, are they going to give us some actual sticks here? All right, here. So it looks like Mr. Market really has given us the second bite of the cherry. Why might this have happened? First answer is COVID. Okay, but there's far more than the virus. Central bank, bond market, yields. Okay. Give us some tickers. Bite out of the fang. Okay. Oh, this is a long opinion piece here. This is like a book. Oh, no, there we go. Okay. So they're going to talk about the value, but not give us their favorite value place. I get it. Okay. All right. Never mind then. Fine. You find value in other ways. All right. So let's see what else we have here. Amazon working on a large wall echo, soundbar, and new auto device. What's the auto device? The company is also planning a larger push into the automotive space. Amazon is working on a second generation of its Echo auto technology, codenamed Marion, whatever. Current product, which has been pancaked, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It's just what I need. Alexa, my car. Okay. Let's see what other news we can get here. Evergrande bondholders left in the dark as the crucial deadline passes. This is how we opened up. Let's just go ahead and see if we have any extra details here about this madness. Left in the dark. There was talk on CNBC about potentially a 30-day grace period for late payments that they were trying to take advantage of. That seems a little broken. And then the chairman and CEO of the troubled Chinese conglomerate H&A Group are both detained by police. I saw that this morning. I don't know if it's related or unrelated, but I thought that was interesting. Investors in the Evergrande offshore bond, investors in an Evergrande offshore bond say they have yet to receive a closely watched interest payment that was due on Thursday, adding to uncertainties. property group, which has not made a statement on the repayment, has a 30-day grace period before any failure to pay officially results in default. Yep. When you're not paying your employees, may as well take advantage of that grace period. Guess they're not paying the employees of their EV division. I'm guessing that means the EV division's over. Or they'll catch up soon and get back to you. Evergrande's payment deadline passed as more signs of stress emerged. In a letter to a particular municipal government in an eastern province, or in the eastern part of this particular province, the local office of developer Sunac, China, appealed for policy assistance as it was struggling through a turning point in China's real estate industry. Nice. We've never experienced such a radical change in the external environment, pointing to a 60% year-on-year fall in home sales over the summer. Whoa. 60% decline in home sales year over year? The market is almost frozen. Oh, everybody is freaking out in terms of real estate prices over there. Nobody wants to buy. I guess it makes sense. Kind of wait to see what happens with Evergrande first. Like, what if we had like BlackRock here was defaulting and they were going to liquidate a bunch of homes? Would we be buying until that default happened? I don't know. You might want to wait. I guess I kind of understand. All right, let's see here. Municipal government. Let's see. Also reclaimed it was, or also announced that it was reclaiming a plot of land which Evergrande had missed payments. Evergrande faces total liabilities of more than $300 billion. Falling prices of debt help push yields higher. Dollar-denominated bond, which has interest due on Thursday, has collapsed in price. You can only imagine. Who wants to buy it? Currently trading at 33 cents on the dollar. Hey, if you want to buy bonds for 33 cents on the dollar, Evergrande's for you. Yeah, 30 cents. Jeez. Hong Kong listed shares fell as much as 13.5%. If you want to find that, all you have to do is type in 3333.hk. Currently down 11%. Lunch break is over, though. Whether it gets paid or not will not change any of the uncertainty. I don't know about that. I think the market kind of rallied a little bit on whether it was on the fact that we thought it was going to get paid. At least one of them. Oh, well. We do have a $45 million payment next Wednesday on a bond maturing in 2024 here. Within China, Evergrande is grappling with its obligations to retail investors in wealth management products, who last week assembled in Shenzhen to protest, as well as commitments to suppliers and contractors. If offshore investors get a settlement that's 10 to 15 cents above the current trading price, I think people will just move on, said a veteran investor of Chinese debt. Really? So if we're at $0.33 now, and you're saying people get an extra 10 to 15 cents, people are going to be okay. Just, oh, all right, let's go. All right, we'll take our 50% and leave, or 45% and leave. Yeah, I don't know about that. Do not know about that. Chinese developer Oceanwide Holdings says a lender lawsuit caused a unit to default on 215 million of bonds. Well, 215 million of bonds might be a bad day, but it's nothing to 300 billion at Evergrande. Elon Musk optimistic we'll have enough chip supply by next year. Maybe that'll be good for those Tesla leaps. I would not add Tesla leaps right now. Buy the share. Buy the shares. Not the option. NEO down 1.72 right now, sitting at 35.39. SoFi down 1.63. Not seeing a particularly large extended sell-off here in stocks. I wonder if this is all just going to get dip bought as soon as we open. We'll see. Let's see how the indices are responding again. So this is where pretty sure where we were. Let's update. No, okay, this is where we are now. That's pretty much the same. Okay. So problems aren't particularly getting worse right now. 8 minutes to the bell. Evergrande auditor gave a clean bill of health despite debt. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Yes, China bans cryptocurrency transactions every week has been the joke that we've been talking about here. Tesla is showing March deliveries when you order a 3 or Y. Are you serious? Somebody wrote he started it. What, you think Elon Musk started the chip shortage? Let's see here. Model Y. Model Y right now. Wow. March. That's bullish. People trying to get their end of the year tax credit. Model 3. Model 3, I still got December on the long range. Performance, I got 1 to 10 weeks. Oh, that's odd. Standard range. The cheapie. Cheapie sitting at March. You're right. That is a pushback. I wonder how the S, though. All right, let's see here. Chinese developers can no longer sell units under development. They will be required to sell only finished projects. Wow. Well, good luck getting this project finished. Whoa, the Model S $82,000 version has a March to April delivery time frame. Plaid is Jan to Feb. My goodness. Wow, it's just kind of incredible. All right, you'd have to wait a while to get a Tesla. I'm still working on Walmart layaway data. It's actually surprisingly difficult to get. I think they just purposely don't want to break down that data or something. But yeah, I've got a video coming out anyway, so I'll so stay tuned for that regarding a firm. Coinbase 3.3. Yeah, good old Coinbase. Gotta love Coinbase. straight to the toilet, and then just stays in the swirlies ever since IPO. At least you know you've got like strong support levels at like 210, 220. All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't particularly. I mean, we can look at crypto. I was gonna say I don't particularly see the market moving substantially down to more aggressively. I do think this is another opportunity to pick up some deals potentially here on crypto. I'm really watching to see if as institutions wake up, if we get a little bit more of a push down. I'm not seeing it right now. The real sell down was here in the AM hours. And a lot of it, in my opinion, is just trader driven. Like every time China comes out and says some garbage about crypto, this happens. That's pure nonsense. I'll buy a firm when Tesla starts accepting it. Ooh, that would be smart. I don't think they're going to get into cars anytime soon. It's a more complicated product. Car financing. You'd think it'd be simpler, but I mean, I think partially part of the problem could be dealerships and the desire to get people through that finance office and financing upgrades. But you think it'd be easier with a firm, have people just sit down there with like an iPad or something and go, oh yeah, I'll take the paint upgrade for $7 a month or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, 12 easy payments, right? No, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Juan. Like this is old news, this Bitcoin crap. And that's why you got just here crypto like a nonsensical trader sell down. Woo! I'm just tired of China's bull crap. That's why I'm yawning. But that's all right. I got myself buy the dip coffee right here. See? Buy the dip. Nah, Ted. Smart money is not playing crypto to sit there and fundamentally buy and hodl, and anytime something negative is said, say FUD. Smart money makes up 70% of crypto trading because they love how crypto bounces on news. It's just, for many of them, very profitable to just play the swings. I mean, I played the swing on crypto. I dumped all my crypto earlier this week. It was like late Sunday night, very early Monday morning, something to that effect. And then got a nice discount when I rebought. So, maybe it was Sunday. I can't remember exactly what I said, but it doesn't matter. Which, as usual, not as for people to copy, but if you ever want to know, anytime I buy or sell anything, including crypto, options, stocks and psychology money, link down below. By the way, since the campaign's done, I've been sitting in Discord a lot more, chatting with y'all, and I really enjoy it. I missed it. So even we still do the private live streams every day, but Discord I've been able to be a lot more active in. So I really enjoy that because some of y'all have really good ideas. It's pretty good. So shout out to the many of you in there. And if you've been in Discord but maybe you haven't been too active, hey, consider tagging me. Be a little more active in there and come join the party. It's fun. So okay. Which anybody can join Discord, by the way. Just go to metkevin.com/chat. There are member sections and non-member sections. But if you want to join even just the non-member stuff, go to metkevin.com/chat. Okay, cool. So Archimoto. Oh no, down 3.4. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a picture here on extended hours. So let's see. No, HUD 8, mostly crypto sideways here after the fall. Go EV's trying to push a little bit. So is Affirm trying to push a tiny little bit going into the open here. So did anyone win the comment? Oh, we yes, there will be winning. We have it's been a lot harder for us to handle the app, but stay tuned for the announcement on the competition. We finally have a spreadsheet with everybody's pictures because we have to audit the pictures. It's a pain in the butt, but we're getting through it. But it'll probably have some kind of announcement over the weekend is my guess. All right, okay, we got the bell coming up here in 15 seconds. So I don't know. Let's watch. We'll watch AMC today as things will open up. How about that? Yeah, here we go.
Just not as suboptimal. The book is so amazing.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to looking at it. Uncontrolled spread. Getting great reviews from Dr. Gottlieb. There's the opening bell and the CNBC real-time exchange of the big board. It's
all right.
Analytics and accounting. And
see how Reddit did it. Here we go. That's like 80%. That's not that bad. That's no Monday. And therefore we got AMC going up. And Face, going down a little bit and create some opportunities. VIX going up. We've got, let's see here. Let's go ahead and sort by percent. Okay, so these are our gainers right here. Is this right? EXPI is up 3 point. What? How? Wait, is this updated? I want to make sure it is. Appears to be. Is Canoe really up 6.2%? Yeah, Canoe's skyrocketing, 7.28%. Canoe now up 9%. Okay, so Canoe's playing the momentum game today. Affirm at about 1%. Dutch Bros 1%. Dave & Buster's 3.21%. Cheesecake 3.3%. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure EXPI just updated and it's not up here, up 3% because that didn't make sense. Yeah, there's HUD 8's down about 5%. That's not as bad as it was in pre-market. At the opening here, we actually have a little bit of a rebound in crypto. A little bit. About $400 in Bitcoin just went up. Ethereum just went up about 3%. ADA just went up a little bit. So actually a little bit of a recovery in crypto. We'll see how long that lasts. Okay. And yeah, Canoe 9.3%. Let's see how the indices are behaving as well. Let's see here. SPY. Yeah, it's S&P 500 just going up. All right. Let's see here. Let me listen into this for a sec.
I do believe that the idea is sinking in that it's the flu for people who are vaccinated. We don't want the flu, but if they have something that can make it so that we're better instantly, that's pretty amazing. Yeah. Instantly being just done. Now remember, Regeneron has a drip, and people do really well. There's a fabulous part between page 300, page 319 in Gottlieb's book about the President Trump and Regeneron versus Lilly. And it is for anyone who's trying to choose stocks. There it is. He tells you how to pick stock. Like this Gottlieb. Who is Gottlieb? I know he's on the board of Lumen and Pfizer, but the book is like you read it. There's about 30 pages of footnotes. I mean, it's all right.
I'm gonna pull off that. Thought we were gonna get something more interesting. It's always COVID, COVID. So I'm gonna go buy a little bit of a firm. And yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I have to do it. I want to do it. Okay, so how much do we want to buy? I don't know. How about 900? That's a little much. 800? Yeah, that sounds good. That's about right. Okay, buy. Did it. Okay, I bought some Affirm. Sorry, I had to do it. I'm sorry. Affirm is up. I know it's green. I've got a big position in Affirm. I'm adding to it. I can't help myself. It keeps the story. Everything about it just keeps getting better for me. This will be one of my top 5 positions. So I hope it dips, but in the meantime, I hope it rips. No, I know. It is a red day in the market. It's a red day after a very big Affirm, in my opinion, news update yesterday. Very big red day in very big red day. But red day in the indices. See, does that count? No, technically no. But that's okay. I will buy more on some red. I had to do it. Anyway, so, okay, Canoe sitting at 6.6. Cheesecake sitting at 4.71. Cheesecake's been ripping the last few days here. Look at this. Yeah, the last 3 days, but really the last 2 days here have been a nice rip. So good job on Cheesecake. But you've been getting this recovery here. Recovery stock recovery. Dave & Buster's also been ripping the last 4 or 5 days here. They really started ripping after their earnings. Yeah, although they did soften a little bit shortly after their earnings. They had a big pop of like 15%, and they kind of slowed down, and then that came back. Costco is complaining about inflation. Costco is suggesting that prices are going to continue going up, and supply chain issues are just continuing to get worse. But shipping delays, all that nonsense. Ugh. Crypto's moving up, so the institutions woke up, and we now have crypto moving up. So the catalyst for potentially going down at market open actually led to the opposite happening. Now the institutions are probably potentially starting to buy back in. So if you wanted to buy a little bit, I still have a little bit. See, I sold a bunch of Bitcoin at 44.9 and then rebought at, the Win CEO was on Mad Money last night. That's cool. And then rebought at like 40 or something like that, 41. But anyway, that's kind of where it is now. So it might make sense to add a tiny little bit. But then again, I can't get Coinbase to load. So, I mean, like what good is Coinbase when you can't get the darn thing to load? What is it? I just get a black screen here? Whatever. No, yeah, I'm a 40% Ethereum, 30% or 40% Ethereum, 40% ADA, and 20% Bitcoin kind of person. But I haven't added. I got to catch up on my BTC. Let me see. Let me have it all balanced. Got to get that nice balance going. The app is loading very slowly for me. All right, there we go. All right, whatever. It's kind of annoying. Slow Coinbase is being. All right, I'll just do it later. It doesn't matter. Okay, so wait for that to come up. Anyway, what else? Oh, there it is. Cool. So I'm gonna throw a little bit in to the dip. Let's get a little bit into that BTC. I don't know. There we go. All right. Bye. Okay. It is so slow today. My goodness. Whatever. Network request failed. What garbage is that? Ay. You know, honestly, I'm gonna do the dirty right now. I'm gonna do the dirty. See, and now stupid sticks going up. I'm sitting here trying to make a transaction happen, but no, Coinbase has got to suck. It's ridiculous. So instead, I'll just go over to Robinhood. We do have the crypto wallets coming up after all. There we go. All right, look at that. That was easy. All I had to do was swipe up. All right. So what else do we have? Let's see. Let's go to, how's SoFi doing? I see y'all talking about SoFi. Let's see. All right. So SoFi is sitting at negative 1.49%. Hippo 4.9. Enphase down a couple percent here as well. Robinhood, how are we actually moving in the day here? All right, let's see. Robinhood intraday. Let's go to the minute here. We had a little bit of move to the upside, but now it's kind of just a sideways mover here. Oh, look at Affirm. Affirm's ripping. Man, should have bought more. That's always how it goes. All right. How's Ethereum on the minute? Yeah, you're getting that slow climb back. I think the traders are just coming back in. The institutions are waking up. They're like, all right, we heard the Chinese FUD. We good with it now. Let's keep moving here. Let's see. What else do we want to do? I don't think Robinhood has ADA yet, is the downside. But maybe Coinbase will work for a little ADA. Nah, I'm okay. I added a little bit. That's fine. What about, I see Palantir. So Palantir, I closed a bunch of options on when it was somewhere around, like 28.50 to 29, somewhere around there, which is basically where it is now. And I never reallocated yet to the shares. So today would potentially be an opportunity to kind of throw a little bit in. Look at Nike kind of selling down here after their miss yesterday. This is a big sell down on Nike. Wow. On the day chart. No. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm more zoomed. Never mind. We're just giving up. We're really only giving up the run since June. I thought this was zoomed out a lot more. Interesting pattern. Okay. We'll look at some other news in just a moment, but I do want to remind you to get up to $70 totally for free with Public by going to metkevin.com/public. metkevin.com/public. Get a free stock worth all the way up to $70. Dave & Buster's at 4.92% here. Really just recovery is having a good time here. Yeah, look at that rally. Nice job, Dave and Buster's. Now 5.27. Cheesecake 4.82. Go EV. Had a little bit of a pump here at the beginning, but gave it up. It was kind of doing this yesterday as well. Yeah, Enphase 150 is nice. Hey, let Enphase dip. I will buy the dip on Enphase gladly. It fell beneath the line here. Do I even have buying power over here? Okay, actually, yeah, I do. I would add a little bit to Enphase. I don't know. What do we want to add? 400 shares? No. Why add 400 shares when you could add 420 shares? Oh, such a knee slapper. I keep increasing my Weeble basis, but I don't really care. My Weeble basis is nowhere near my other bases, which is good. Oh, let's just do it. You're placing in a... Well, come on. Just place the stupid order. I don't know why my shortcuts don't work anymore. Wait for it. Wait for it. You know what I could do? We could toy with this one. You ready? Sometimes I like toying with them. Let me do it here. Okay. And I could just pull the limit here. Should we just execute? Come on, we could get this for like 10 cents cheaper. Come on, give me a little bit of discount. Watch it just like green arrows up. Okay, nice couple percent over here. Should I drop it? I don't know. We'll just drop it over here. We got to get those 420 shares. It's like stuck now. Oh, now it's going up again. Oh, crap. All right. Don't play with it, Kevin. Just buy it. Okay, I did it. I just did it. All right. 420 shares and phase. Yeah, folks. So as usual, anytime I buy or sell, I send alerts. I know you're seeing some of these buys and sells now. This is fine with me. I mean, I'm on this thing all day long. But anytime I do transactions, again, buy or sells, they go throughout. It alerts in the Psych of Money, Stocks and Psych of Money group. I also oftentimes put sort of like a thesis in as well, like here's how I'm feeling right now or whatever, or for a specific move. So check that out because that coupon code does expire today. Today, and the price goes up. Yeah. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit of a pause here in the last 2 minutes on crypto, but we're still part of this overall trend up. Yeah, Bitcoin ran back to about 42 even here, and now we're trending down a little bit again. Okay, keep an eye here. All right, I think the whole Chinese thing is just a bunch of FUD regarding crypto. I mean, it's just been it's created nice discounts over the last few months. All right, what else? What else do we have? Airlines wins up 1%. How's SPY doing? Let's look at some news. SPY's flat. Wow, look at that. Okay, heck yeah. Is charge point under 20 really? Oh, that's juicy. Oh man, 19A. I don't know. The problem I have with ChargePoint is it's so heavily reliant on commercial vehicles and commercial vehicle charging. I don't think this is the time yet for commercial vehicle charging. Personally, I think this is the time for residential, for people to be buying EVs and spending all their money on this kind of stuff, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll log into this thing. Yeah, I mean, you could sell some puts. Not buy, sell some puts. That's true. All right, let's get this thing up. I'll look at ChargePoint in just a second, the terminal. And let's see what puts look like right now. Today's a good day to sell some puts. Let's see. If I go to October 15th, it's only 3 weeks out. But if I go to 20, I do some puts, sell puts. It's only giving me $1.33 right now. Let me go to November 19. That's going to give me, November. November 19. I don't know. Hold on. Let's see here. November 19, 56 days. I might be okay with that. I don't know. If you had 100 times 100 times 20, that's 200K. I don't want to buy 200K, but it's a 10% credit right now. All right, let me pull up Bloomberg here and see what the latest is I can get on. ChargePoint. Yeah, Gree might have options. I'm not going to buy that. ChargePoint calendar reminds me of lockup. Yeah, there is the lockup as well. That's true. That's a good point. Let's see here. September 28th lockup. I would wait on that. I don't know. But then again, under 20. And what if it runs right before the lockup? I don't know. Yeah, ChargePoint lockup expires 28th. We'll see. Let's see what other news there is on ChargePoint, though. ChargePoint. In other news, ChargePoint, individual company news, participates in conference call, whatever, equal weight, big deal. Whatever. Let's go into research. Let me see if there's any research. Okay, so here's state-wise. Let's give this a peek here. Let's see what they say. I should be able to share this. I don't know if I can. Let me see here. ChargePoint Holdings. Okay, here we go. What do they have to say? After U.S. markets closed for trading. Okay, like your ChargePoint. Oh, this is a breakdown sort of the report. The company advised that revenue growth was significant across commercial, fleet, and residential verticals in both North America and Europe. Commercial customers of all types are currently upping their investments in charging for customers' employees. I mean, of course, that's the sales pitch. This is just sort of a summary of the sales pitch. Some forward guidance expecting revenue of between 60 to 65 million in Q3. Oh, they're on a 2022 fiscal year already. They raised their guidance a little bit. They raised their guidance about 15%. I mean, that's bullish. They didn't have to raise their guidance. You know, they could have just left it as a potential hope, some hopium, or a surprise. ChargePoint is endeavoring to create new. Okay, we know that. Retail, hotels, parking lots, commercial fleets, market cap of around 6.8 billion. There's actually not much in this one. That was just a brief summary. Let's see here. ChargePoint price target of $29 at RF Lafferty. 118,000 active ports, charge ports. So I find it interesting. Sometimes some companies go by ports, some go by how many stations they have. So their price target is based on a 25x price to sales multiple and 2023 sales of 376 million. Okay. Remember, price to sales at a company like ChargePoint are going to be very different than price to sales at like a consumer style company like food. Yeah, they're calling it a buy. Well, $29 price target. I'll do some more research, but we'll keep an eye on it. But that lockup next week is interesting to me. Okay. So that's the 28th. Mark your calendar for that. The 28th lockup on ChargePoint. And remember how that usually functions. Usually it goes fast. Like you might be negative in the morning. Yeah, and then it rotates earlier. Okay, Enphase dropped a little bit more. It's fine with me. I want to buy more anyway. I heard somebody in the chat saying lemonade's down. Got a bunch of lemonade. $69. Ooh. Now we're creating some discounts. BTC still trending. Yeah, you kind of see that little move here. It's just on the 1 minute chart here. It's going to be up on the 5 minute. Smile Direct just fell another 5%. I liked my conversation with them. Did y'all see the interview? Somebody says they hate Coinbase. Yeah. Personally, I did not like Beam. I was not very excited about that. In my target. Thank you for pointing me to a firm. I'm waiting for approval to add it to my e-commerce website. I'll be the first in my target sales to offer it. Good for you, man. Smart. Okay, so lockup, I don't know the exact details of it other than basically shares will, people inside the company, insiders, or people who got into the early part of the SPAC, they will have the option of selling their shares starting the 28th. Usually on those lockups, people take their tendies. Like there's a group of people who take their tendies and they go buy something else. And it can temporarily depress the stock. Ooh, Matterport's down 4%. Please fall more, please. Because see, Matterport's another one. I really want to build a position on this, like a large position on this. But this thing needs to go back to $15. But I don't know if that's going to happen in this market. Like I can't stick my head in the sand and just keep praying that these things go back to like lower pricing. You know. So I don't know. Don't squander a good red day. As I mean, some prices are lower today than they were on Monday, which is nice. But some things are also higher. Keep getting asked about cannabis too. Just look at California, folks. Come on. 5 years after they approve it, and 80% of sales are still illegal. On top of that, you've got, you know, what is it? You think Biden's going to legalize marijuana in his first term? No way. If he gets reelected, that might be the time you see some cannabis talk. If Democrats get reelected in 2022 and they control both chambers of Congress, which I kind of doubt they will, that's when I'd look at Congress. But my expectation is Dems, just like most presidents before them, like Obama, Donald Trump, they're going to lose full control after their first 2 years. They're going to end up flipping a Senate seat, the Republicans, and Dem power will be gone. But before that, I think Dems are going to jam through this $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. It might end up being like 2.9 or something like that, but it's going to be pretty big. I'm just saying if, right? You know, if some people are going to want to see Biden reelected. I'm like 98% sure it's going to be Trump versus Biden again. So it'll be interesting to see if Donald Trump runs on the platform of election fraud or pedals off of that. I don't think it's done well for the Republican Party. I don't think it's helping in elections. It's certainly hurt in California, but then again, that's California. So California ruins everything. Oh, nice. Anyway, Affirm 3%. MP Materials up 1.72. United Airlines 1.47. Let's do maybe a little bit of a reading here in just a sec. Norwegian Cruise Lines up a little bit. Wynn Resorts bobbing a little bit between 1% and 2%, sitting at 0.9% right now, actually. Scroll to the bottom here. Yeah, BTC kind of trying to run up again a little bit. Okay, what else is falling today? Matterport. Oh, Matterport recovering a little bit. It's only down 3.19 right now. Oh, yeah, it's coming up. Coming up. All right. Let's see here. What else? Lucid. Lucid's down a little bit. Got sold puts on Lucid. I wonder what sold puts are like right now on Matterport. Let's take a look at that. Sold puts, no of 19. Go for the 22 fives. Sold puts. Yeah, it's actually decent right now. The sold puts. I think the market's pricing in though that this thing's gonna rubber band back down. But that's not bad right now, actually. Some good pricing in this. Let's see if you just went insane. Wow. If you just went out to Jan 2024, you'd get $8.60 on 22. What is that's gotta be like 38%. 860 divided by 22.5. 38%. I nailed it. That's amazing. I mean, not that you would really necessarily want to go out that far, but in Feb, yeah, you get about half that. It's not bad. Some volatility priced into Matterport right now, which makes sense because it did just recently have like 2 weeks of a crazy run. So it does make sense that IV would be up. What is it right now anyway? It's got to be over 100%. It's got to be like 150 or something. Options. It doesn't even show. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take a peek at some of the news. Here we go. All right. What's news? What is the news? Kevin, literally yesterday, I don't want to be... No. That is not what I said yesterday. It's literally not what I said yesterday. I said, I don't want to sell calls because of the potential for certain things to run. But I will gladly sell puts. Oh, look who's talking.
Schools open. 4, increased testing and masking. 5, protect our economic recovery. And 6, improve the care for people with COVID-19. Now, we made important progress.
Aren't you all so excited? You get to listen to Biden too this morning? I'm just kidding. We're not going to listen to Biden talk about COVID. I'm sorry. We'll catch up. We'll get the summary on that one. How about that? We'll go for the summary. Hey, started closer to his estimated start time. He was supposed to start at 9:45. It's 9:58 is when he started. All right, let's see. News. I really want to know if this has anything to do with Evergrande. No, it doesn't. There's no mention of it in the article. This H&A group chairman and the CEO detained by police. Well, let's see what Barron's is saying today. You might say something that moves. I mean, I doubt it. I mean, maybe, but let's listen.
And over with certain underlying health conditions like diabetes and obesity. And those who are at increased risk of COVID-19 because of where they work or where they live, like healthcare workers, teachers, grocery store workers. That's over, that group makes up 60 million Americans.
Good point, Jonathan.
For a booster with 6 months after their second shot. And up to 20 million who will receive their...
I think this is just going to be booster talk. I don't know that this is super exciting. All right, Bitcoin, Ethereum saying blah, blah, blah. Let's see. No way. Oh, well, I guess this makes sense with the chip orders. See, look at that. Wow. New iPhone has longer wait times than last year. It's got to be the chip shortage. Pre-orders soar. Cheaper models are magnets. Wow. People still have money, folks. That's the thing. Let's see, Apple. AAPL. Apple down about 1/3% today. A little off its highs over here. AMC, which are negative a little bit. The market softened a bit. Yeah, look at that. Cheesecake, Dave & Buster's, these guys have all softened. Affirm, they've all softened a little bit. Let's go look at the SPY here. Is it because Biden's talking or what? No, not the S&P 500 at least. All right. S&P 500 likes it. Volkswagen pulling ahead with its EVs. What's the most popular Volkswagen EV now? Let's see here. Shares of Volkswagen have tumbled over the past 3 months. The ID4. That's right. Rival to Tesla. Star. All right. Please look at H bar. What's H bar? I have no idea what that is. You know, you guys, you got to give me a thesis if you're just gonna like. Oh, it's a crypto related thing. 34-cent penny stock down 10%. I mean, I don't know. It's something I could even comment on right now. Obviously, something that recently IPO'd and has settled down a little bit with the latest FUD here, but yeah, I don't even know where to start. So I'm sorry, but hey, look, Bitcoin's moving up right now. See, this is where we were last looking at it, and it's pushing up again a little bit here. There it goes. So I think you're going to be. I think these institutions that sold down are going to be buying this thing right back to about 44K. It makes sense. Okay, let's see. While I look for another article here, let me turn on Biden a little bit.
Successful vaccination program. Despite the fact that for almost 5 months, free vaccines have been available in 80,000 locations, we still have over 70 million Americans who failed to get a single shot. And to make matters worse, there are elected officials actively working to undermine with false information.
I mean, this is the same stuff that we've heard from Biden before so far.
This is totally unacceptable. The vast majority of Americans are doing the right thing. 3/4 of the eligible have gotten at least one shot, but 1/4 has not gotten.
Oh, look, here's your another Tesla bear, $537 price target for Tesla. Buy flying cars, Joby. I don't know about that. I wouldn't call them flying cars. The drones. They're more like drones. Oh yeah, we wanted to look at this. China, or did we already? The auditor gave a clean bill of health on Evergrande. Yeah, yet the property developer's auditor gave it a clean bill of health in an annual report issued this spring. See, this is why people get nervous when they say, hey, Chinese companies need to let their auditors be audited to be listed on U.S. stock exchanges. And then Chinese companies are like, yeah, no thanks. It's because of stuff like this. You know, how the auditor, yeah, there it is. Really? This is a big one. They do a ton of auditing. I think they also do Neo. I don't know if they do. They might. The Neo auditor, at least according to this random little Google thing here, the Neo auditor is the same company. Whose filing is this? Let me see here. This is Neo. Here's a filing from Neo. In connection with the preparation and external audit of our consolidated financial statements for 2016 and 17, we and PricewaterhouseCoopers noted some material weaknesses. This was back from 16 and 17. But at least then they were the auditor. I don't know if they still are, but that's interesting to me. Either the auditor or the main accountant here. These red flags from an auditor show that it has doubts of the company's ability to stay afloat. Wait a sec. Hold on. It didn't include a so-called going concern. Right. PwC spokesperson declined to comment. Evergrande didn't respond. Shady. Like, how can you miss that? Like, if you're the auditor for this company, you'd think there'd have to have been some red flags. See, here it says the auditor is not responsible for predicting future conditions or events. Yeah, but I mean, you'd think there'd be like signs of cracking. I mean, point of this is, can't you figure out like, hey, this is what the debt payments are, and this is how much cash they have, and sales are slowing down, or some, you know, it's your job. I don't know. or they got a little envelope and all was good to just look the other way. You don't know. I don't know. Naked just ran up 22%. Nice. All right. Still holding on just above 42 on BTC. And makes sense BTC's dipping right now. Maybe swing BBKCF again. Let's see. Alibaba. Obviously moving down today, though, on the big crypto rotation. That's the cool thing about the crypto industry. It's like the whole industry moves together. Usually you don't have to be so worried about the individual company when it's so down everywhere. Matterport came back nicely, 2.5% here now. And Enphase, where's Enphase sitting? Enphase is about the same price where we bought. Oh, that's awesome, buying South Florida. Thank you for saying you joined the Stocks and Psychology of Money group. Looking to expand beyond your real estate. Thank you. Thanks for saying that. Appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, so Kuzi wants to let the community know about Hedera.com or search for it on Google. Look, I don't know anything about this. Yeah. Anyway. So Beyond Meat, $110. I just can't get convinced to get in on the food sector right now. Not for me. I got coffee. Who needs food when you got coffee? All right, let's listen to Biden for a little bit. I'll try to find something else too.
Who say that you have not delivered on that promise.
Oh, Q&A is usually good.
Take me a year to deliver everything I'm looking at here. That's number one. Number two, take a look at what I inherited when I came into office. The state of affairs and where we were. We had 4 million people vaccinated. We had no plan. I could go down the list. So, part of it is dealing with the panoply of things that landed on my plate. I'm not complaining. It's just a reality. It's reality, number one. Number two, I think the part of what has to happen here as well, for example, let's talk about my economic plan. The economic plan, you all are always, and understandably, legitimately citing polls. Every element of my economic plan is overwhelmingly popular. Overwhelmingly popular. But the problem is, with everything happening, not everybody knows what's in that plan. For example, all those women out there who are not able to go back to work because they have a dependent grandparent or a parent, or they have a dependent child who needs help, or they can't find daycare, or they can't find, look at what's happening. Well, there's a solution. There's a solution in the proposal that I put forward, and the plans we're now debating in the United States among ourselves, and they're debating in Congress, is the plan, the essence of the plan that I laid out at the beginning. And so I'm confident that at the end of the day, we're going to be able to get that done. The second point I'd like to make, we talk about—
That's that $3.5 trillion package.
It is zero price tag on the debt. We're going to pay for everything we spend. So it's not, people, understandably, well, it started off at 6 trillion, now it's 3.5 trillion, now is it going to be 2.9? It's going to be zero.
That's the number
Zero,
I said.
because
That's funny. He's saying it's zero because of taxes. That's funny. Are they watching my channel? Because I didn't get 2.9 from anybody else. That is too funny. And Biden just said my number.
Are doing very, very well. You all know, you've all reported it. And in the middle of this crisis, but hardworking people and middle-class people are getting hurt. And so I provide for example, a tax cut. If you have a child, you get a refundable tax credit. It's reduced hunger in America by 40%, literally, for children. You have the whole notion of being able to provide for daycare for your children, getting people back to school, et cetera. It's all paid for. It's all paid for. But a lot of these are flat tax cuts that exist within my proposal. And they're being calculated as if the cost of the child care tax credit is a cost to the government. It's not. It's reducing taxes, not increasing taxes. Now, part of the problem is I had hoped, I hadn't planned on, although I kind of anticipated it might happen, I hadn't planned on the 178-mile top winds, hurricanes going to Louisiana and 20 inches of rain in New York and New Jersey and an area as big as the state of New Jersey burning down in the West. And so what I had hoped I would be doing, I'd do what I did in the campaign. I'd be out making the case about what my plan contained. And it's been very much curtailed by a whole range of things. And so I think that it's understandable. I think it's understandable, people being frustrated. I think they're frustrated as well by the fact that not just members of Congress, Democrats and Republicans, frustrated by, I thought this was going to be better. I thought everything was working out. We were moving along on COVID-19, and now we have all these people who refuse to get a shot. And now look at the people dying, large numbers of people dying. So I think it's a totally obviously it's a legitimate question you've asked, but I think putting it in context here, it's going to take some time here. And I know I always kid you when you all ask me about, well, what about, are you going to get A done, B done, C done? Well, I say, you want to negotiate. I'm being a bit facetious, obviously, but here's the deal. This is going to end up, I believe, we're going to end up getting both the pieces of my economic legislation. The first piece, the 1.9, fundamentally changed the structure and the nature of the economy in this country. Even though, remember, it got clobbered. It was this terrible thing, no Republican voted for it. Well, we got real economic growth. Now we're at this stalemate at the moment, and we're going to have to get these two pieces of legislation passed. Both need to be passed, and they'll have a profound impact, according to not Joe Biden, but according to Wall Street, according to the IMF, according to international organizations. And then there's, I'm going to be having a meeting today with the Quad, with the leader of India, Japan, and Australia, and we're going to be talking about Afghanistan, which is a legitimate thing for people to talk about. But the truth of the matter is, the end of the day is we were spending $300 million a day for 20 years. There was no easy way to end that. And we're now still getting people out, but it's really, there's no picture book way to say, okay, the war's ended, let's get everybody out and we'll go home. No war's ever ended that way, other than there's been a surrender and it's a totally different circumstance. So anyway, there's a lot, I'm sure, along the line that there are things I could have done better, but I make no apologies for my proposals, how I'm proceeding, and why I think by the end of the year we're going to be in a very different place.
Just to follow up on COVID, if I can quickly,
Sure.
What do you say to Americans who disregard the new CDC guidance and get a booster shot anyway?
Well, I'm not sure how they get it, but
People who go into stores right now and just have got it without any high risk situation or underneath that age limit. It happens around the country as we speak.
Well, I think what's going to happen is you're going to see that in the near term, we're probably going to open this up anyway. They're constantly we're looking at both Moderna and J&J, and we're both, as I said in the speech. In addition to that, we're also looking to the time when we're going to be able to expand the booster shots basically across the board. So I would just say it'd be better to wait your turn in line, wait your turn, and to get there. Ken.
Thank you, Mr. President. When you met with congressional leaders this week, you told them to try to find a number less than $3.5 trillion on the reconciliation package that they could live with. What is that top line number in your mind as you deliberate these considerations? And then separately, you mentioned how you're going to pay for some of these provisions. Senator Wyden has a proposal on annual taxes on billionaires' unrealized gains. Is that a proposal that you support?
Ooh,
Yes, I do. Look, I support
There
a
you go.
lot of these proposals. We don't need all the things.
that'll hurt wealthy people in stocks. They start taxing unrealized gains.
If you get if you file with a W-2 form, the IRS has access to your bank account, and your bank tells you how much you made, what you have in there, and they estimate your tax. Well, if you have no income, if you have no earned income, and it's all investment income, it's hard to figure out what the heck you have. And that's why we have to, and I know some people don't like this, that's why we have to rehire some IRS agents, and not to do anything, not to try to make people pay something they don't know. Just say, hey, step up and pay like everybody else does. Look, I really mean this. And you look at my whole career, and I come from the corporate state of America. I just think it's about just paying your fair share, for Lord's sake. Now, we can argue whether or not the corporate tax should go back up to 26.5% or 28 or 24. But the idea that 50 major corporations in America making a sum total of $40 billion pay zero? Come on. It's just wrong.
Come on, man. Hate it when those companies spend all their money investing in new factories and new jobs. Hate those tax write-offs. Come on, man. Sorry, I had to do it.
To pay for whatever it is that folks decide to pay for. Let me finish by answering the initial part of your question, if I may. The way I look at it is what I've been telling my colleagues, and it surprises them sometimes when we're in those rooms. And I don't know what you heard, but
Bezos don't got enough factories. If you're trying to get to same-day delivery, you got more planes to buy, more trucks to buy, more robots to buy. There's a lot of money to spend to make Amazon even better. And I support that. I support Amazon getting here faster. Because when I order stuff on Amazon, waiting a day, it's a long time.
Is important and I'm trying to get people to focus on, is what is it you like? What do you think we should, don't forget a number. What do you think we should be doing? Is it appropriate, in your view, to cut taxes for working class people by providing for daycare, providing for early education, 3 and 4 years old? Is it appropriate to do something about free community college, or do you want to means test it? I'm telling them, what are your priorities? And several of them, when they go through their priorities, it adds up to a number higher than they said they were for. Because I think this is, we're getting down to the hard spot here. People are having now to go in and look in detail as to what it is specifically they're for. It's a little bit like when we went through, and I'll end with this, it's a little bit like when we went through the issue of the bipartisan deal on infrastructure. There were a lot of negotiations on this. And it wasn't until people were forced to look at, what are you for? Are you for taking care of that highway or bridge in your state or that region or your region? Are you for doing something about environmental degradation? Are you for something that deals with allowing us to provide for monies to states so that they can, in fact, deal with things like what happened in states where the major utility lines come down? What do you do to build those back better, to prevent that from happening? And it's sort of and you all speak to all these folks, so you speak to as many as I do. I find that they're going, I never really thought that through before. I think it makes sense. And that's how we finally got to a bipartisan deal on what is a serious infrastructure proposal that really does a number of things, including things when people said, I don't want to do anything in the environment. Then they start thinking, well, wait a minute, I have all these diesel buses at home. It would be a hell of a lot better if we had electric buses, it would change the circumstance on boom, boom, boom. So I think this is a process. That's why I said at the front end that although we got off to a very fast start with the first piece of legislation, I don't expect this to be done and us be in a position where we can look back and say, okay, did we get it done? Until basically the end of the year. I don't mean the vote on the two pieces of legislation relating to the economy. But I think it's just going to take some time. And look, you know, my guess is we all come from similar backgrounds. Remember, used to sit around the table.
Biden's about to wrap up. We'll listen for another couple minutes here. Worth reminding you that coupon code expires today. Link down below. Would love to see you in the live streams.
Able to pay the mortgage, at least my house. I mean, what's going to happen if we have another one of those floods and it, you know, blows through here like it did in Queens? What's going to happen? Well, what are we going to do? By the way, I'm just not sure that I want, my son or daughter to be going into school when so many people are not vaccinated. I mean, it's just, I'm not sure I want Kenny to be there doing this, but these are practical things people are talking about. And they're looking down the road and they're looking at cost of living issues as well. And so what's the cost of living issues? Well, it's because we're in a position where the ability to have the product, the elements of the production of a product that in fact need to go into the production of that product are hard to get a hold of because people are in trouble. They're not able to produce them. They're not able to get it, or they're being hoarded. It's like, what we have with, and we're making progress, but like what we're doing with regard to making sure we have the computer chips to be able to keep, as in the vernacular, to keep, build automobiles. I mean, I think everybody was kind of surprised when I think if I had said to you, I may be dead wrong, but if I had said to you in, say, April, I was going to get all three major manufacturers of American automobiles saying they're going to go electric. I doubt whether you thought that could be done. Well, we're out here in the back lawn. They've all of a sudden figured it out. They've had a bit of an epiphany. And they've realized, whoa, wait a minute, man. China's investing billions of dollars. China
had nothing to do with Tesla.
And this is going to happen anyway. And again, I'll just conclude by saying this is a process, and it's going to be up and down. That's why I don't look at the polls. Not a joke, because it's going to go up and it's going to go down. It's going to go up, and hopefully, at the end of the day, I'll be able to deliver on what I said I would do. One, bringing the country together on a few and very important things, like on infrastructure. Getting us in a position where we can have some coherent policy relative to foreign policy where there's agreement. Moving us in a position where we're able to actually generate the kind of change in the dynamic of how we grow the economy. Not eliminate the super wealthy, not at all, but allow the working class and the middle class to be able to build out and up. And that can be done. And like I said, every time I hear, and I drive my staff crazy, every time I hear this is going to cost A, B, C, or D, the truth is, based on the commitment that I made, it's going to cost nothing because we're going to raise the revenue to pay for the things we're talking about. And we're going to give. And right now, if you take a look at the reconciliation piece, $1 trillion of that is the tax cuts. Not raising anybody's taxes, it's tax cuts. People can be paying less taxes, but the people paying less taxes are going to be working class folks. It's going to put women back to work. It's going to put people in situations where they have, as I know you're tired of hearing me saying, but my dad's constant refrain, just give people a little breathing room. A little breathing room. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
President, how come you've never been to the floor?
That's the president. Some comments that were initially scheduled to talk about.
Oh man, you gotta love it. Okay, so yeah, well, folks, thank you. This is another interesting kind of red day. Got some interesting volatility in the Weebers, in the stock market. So yeah, we're gonna run on over to the course member live stream now. If you want to do some Q&A, come join. Use that coupon code down below. It's 40% off. The price does go up after this coupon expires. We've got, which is tonight, Fisker all of a sudden running, by the way. Take a quick peek here. Fisker up 3.22%. Carnival's doing a nice move here, 4.29. Canoe is still at 942 up here. Naked's leading the day. Costco 2.46 after their earnings yesterday. Spirit Airlines and Wynn up. Wynn's got a little more work to do. It's only up 1%. Let's go. Affirm's been bobbing around today, up 0.69%. Went as high as 133 this morning. This is incredible. SoFi. I got a video coming out on Affirm again today. That'll be exciting. SoFi is up a third. Was down this morning. Tesla was down this morning as well. It is now up 0.15%. How exciting. The market's just over it. Let's see. SPY must just be straight up. No, not straight up. I mean, it's definitely up, but not straight up. Okay. All right, folks. I'm going to make another cup of coffee, and then I'll see you in the course member live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Again, check out the links down below. Get your free stock with Public. Do it. If you haven't yet, just do it now. metkevin.com/public. Get a free stock, or just go metkevin.com/join. Check out the programs, or do both. If you're ambitious today. It is Friday. Carl, you join, you watch lecture 1.0, and that'll give you all the details. All right. Here we go. I'm going to make my coffee.